Solomon trounces Jim McGreevey, a former governor, in Jersey City. This article is by Tracy Tully and read by an automated voice. James Solomon, a councilman who ran for mayor of Jersey City as a progressive reformer, defeated Jim McGreevey, a former governor of New Jersey, by a more than 2-to-1 margin in a runoff victory he called a win against the corrupt political machine. Mr. Solomon was leading Mr. McGreevey 19,345 to 9,081 after roughly 80% of the vote had been tallied, according to the Associated Press. It is the second time in a month that a former governor who quit in disgrace has failed to persuade voters that he deserved a second chance in politics, after Andrew Cuomo lost his campaign for mayor of New York City to Zoran Mamdani. Together, we're going to build a more affordable Jersey City, where everyone has a chance to thrive and where the people are put first, not developers and special interests, Mr. Solomon told supporters gathered Tuesday night at Mana Contemporary, an arts center. Mr. Solomon, 41, has represented downtown Jersey City on the council since 2018. A Democrat, he campaigned on a promise to stand up to big developers, in a city that has experienced a brisk pace of residential and commercial growth over the past 2 decades. Less than 5 miles from Manhattan, on the banks of the Hudson River, Jersey City is on track to perhaps eclipse Newark as the state's largest city within the next decade. Mr. Solomon will replace Steven Fulop, who did not run for re-election after losing a bid for governor. Your stories of perseverance in the face of rising rents, your visions for a community where no one is pushed out or left behind, and your unyielding commitment to justice and equity have inspired me deeply, Mr. Solomon said, according to his prepared remarks. Mr. Solomon overcame several significant hurdles to win. He was outspent by Mr. McGreevey, who had been campaigning for the job for more than 2 years. Mr. McGreevey had raised more than $5 million in his quest for political reinvention in his first campaign since resigning as governor amid a sex scandal 2 decades earlier. And he had amassed broad institutional backing from fellow Democrats, including the governor, Philip D. Murphy, and prominent Hudson County party leaders. His campaign photo seemed to appear on every available billboard in Jersey City. But Mr. McGreevey was unable to recover from his second-place finish in the campaign's initial round of voting in November, when he trailed Mr. Solomon by more than 2,600 votes in a 7-person race. Because none of the candidates received more than 50% of the vote last month, a runoff election was required. Voter turnout was even lower on Tuesday than it was in November, when only 64,540 voters cast ballots in Jersey City, a city of more than 291,000 residents. The nonpartisan race's 2 other top vote-getters, Bill O'D., a Hudson County commissioner, and Masab Ali, a former president of the city's Board of Education, quickly backed Mr. Solomon over Mr. McGreevey, bringing their varied bases of support with them. Mr. O'D. was a favorite of lifelong Jersey City residents like himself, and Mr. Ali, a 28-year-old Harvard Law School graduate born in Pakistan, had worked to appeal to younger voters and immigrants. In an era where the old guard is doubling down on recycling politicians and political dynasties, Mr. Ali said, Jersey City and New York City have just sent a very clear mandate. Mr. Solomon's campaign was also boosted by endorsements from Mayor Ross J. Baraka of Newark and U.S. Senator Andy Kim, an anti-establishment Democrat who has shown a willingness to support candidates trying to buck the status quo. As he was running for Senate against New Jersey's First Lady in 2024, Mr. Kim successfully sued to overturn a mainstay of electoral politics in New Jersey, a ballot design that favored candidates endorsed by political party bosses, making him a favorite of left-leaning voters. Mr. Kim recently traveled to Jersey City to record a Get Out the Vote appeal with Mr. Solomon, reminding residents about Tuesday's runoff, which drew limited media attention. Even before the results were tallied, Mr. McGreevey was calling his election night gathering a watch party, not a victory party, suggesting that he was aware that his campaign had lost momentum. I relish Jersey City, where families come home at night, neighbors look out for each other, and City Hall does the basics right, Mr. McGreevey said from the ringside bar. It's time to make the city work for working people again, he added. In 2004, after announcing that he was a gay American who had had an affair with a male staff member and resigning as governor, Mr. McGreevey and his second wife split up. He enrolled in divinity school, where he studied to become an Episcopal priest, and then went on to lead work training programs that help former prisoners restart their lives, a job he has described as his true passion. A former state lawmaker and mayor of Woodbridge, NJ, who has lived in Jersey City for about 10 years, Mr. McGreevey also had to fend off charges that he was a carpetbagger. Mr. Solomon and his wife are raising their 3 young daughters in Jersey City, but he is also a relative newcomer who speaks often about how his connection to the community solidified after he was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2015 and was overwhelmed by an outpouring of support. He has been in remission for years now and has taught as an adjunct professor at 2 colleges in Jersey City while also representing the city's most affluent and left-leaning neighborhood on the council. Most residents of the working-class city come from humble means. Nearly 40% of residents were born outside of the United States, and roughly 17% live in poverty. Mr. Solomon, like Mr. Mamdani, focused on affordability, and he stressed his efforts to reduce housing costs while on the city council. He has pledged to stop double-digit rent increases in all residential buildings and to create a public database of rent-controlled buildings. Together, we will tackle the challenges that lie ahead, Mr. Solomon said. We will build a Jersey City that is inclusive and fair, a city that reflects the diverse and vibrant communities that call it home.